Good morning, everyone. Louder than I thought. Welcome to Spring Convocation 2023. We acknowledge that we gather today on Treaty 6 territory and the traditional homeland of the Métis. We pay our respects to the First Nations and Métis ancestors of this place and reaffirm our relationship with one another. I would ask everyone to please stand as you're able for the honor song and the arrival of the Chancellor's Platform Party and our graduates. got a big group this year, so we've got a few more coming in. Thank you to our drum group, the Buffalo Boys. They've been with us for many years at Convocation, and they performed today's graduate entry song. Would you please remain standing as we join our vocalists, Fallon Baptiste, in singing O Canada in English, French, and Cree, and then following that, Brandy Turand will sing the Métis National Anthem.
O Canada, nigina ni daskinan, sagito win, kichawa simisak, carton brasse porte les pays, il s'est porté la croix. Ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, nini painan kiauchi. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
In the forest, on the river, and across the western plain, as the white man journeyed westward to the land of the Indian, a new race was created, a new nation rose up strong. Hardship as its destiny, and is cursed to not belong. In the land from which they came, in the land they helped to build, they found themselves the alien, found their vision unfulfilled. And despite their valiant effort to defend what they believed, when at last the battle ended, they were only left to grieve. We are proud to be Métis, watch our nation rise again. Never more forgotten people, we're the true Canadian. For the newest generation and the future ones to come, with the past to motivate us, it will help to keep us strong. As we build the Métis nation, as we watch it rise again, our past losses motivation to inspire our future gain. We are proud to be Métis, watch our nation rise again. Never more forgotten people, we're the true Canadian. We are proud to be Métis, watch our nation rise again. Never more forgotten people, we're the true Canadian.
Thank you. You may be seated. Once again, welcome to everyone here today on this wonderful, wonderful day of celebration. My name is Julian Demkew. I am the University Secretary and the Chief Governance Officer at the University of Saskatchewan. It is my distinct honor and privilege to assist in emceeing these proceedings today. On behalf of our eminent Chancellor, I also have the honor of introducing to you members of our platform party that you see before you today. I would like to introduce them, and if they are able to stand, as they are able, I will begin with the front row on my left, your right. Harvey Thunderchild, Knowledge Keeper. Angela Jaime, Interim Vice Provost, Indigenous Engagement. Florence Highway, Knowledge Keeper. Evelyn Linklater, Knowledge Keeper. Roland Duquette, Elder. Honorable Ted Merriman, Minister of Health, Province of Saskatchewan. Peter Stoichev, President and Vice Chancellor. Grit McCreath, Chancellor. Irini, Provost and Vice President Academic. Cheryl Hamlin, Vice President University Relations. Carl Still, President of St. Thomas More College. Richard Manley Tanis, Principal, St. Andrews College. Peter Bonham Smith, Dean, College of Arts and Science. Second row, Adam McInnes, President Métis Nation, Saskatchewan Local 126. Oh, over there. Excellent, thank you. Robert Bratvold, member of the University of Saskatchewan Senate. Kathy Gable, member of the University of Saskatchewan Senate. Mary Beasley, University of Saskatchewan Retirees Association. Joy Crawford, Vice Chair, Board of Governors. Louise Simard, member of our Board of Governors. Bram Noble, Vice Dean, Research, Scholarly, Artistic Work, College of Arts and Science. Darren Olerking, Associate Dean, Student Affairs, College of Arts and Science. Lauren Elias, Vice Dean, Academic, College of Arts and Science. Gerald Farthing, Associate Dean, St. Thomas More College. And I believe I missed Jill Blakely, Vice Dean, Faculty Relations, College of Arts and Science. Ryan Walker, Associate Dean, Policy and Programming, Innovation in the College of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies. George McWeary, Executive Director, School of Public Health. Tammy Marsh, Dean, St. Thomas More College. And in our third row, Russell Eisinger, Interim Vice Provost, Teaching, Learning, Student Experience, and University Registrar. Patty McDougall, Deputy Provost. Orator, Megan Philitry. Orator, Ken Howland. Orator, Geraldine Balzer. And Elizabeth Bauman, VP Academic, USSU. And Mustafa Kamal, President of the Graduate Students Association. And behind them, I would ask them to stand, members of the faculty of the University of Saskatchewan. Would you please join me in expressing to all of these faculty, administration, and members of our governing bodies our thanks for the work they have done by supporting teaching and encouraging our graduates. I'd like to invite our President and Vice Chancellor, Peter Stoichev, up to the podium to address the graduates.
Thank you, Julian. Good morning, everybody. It's wonderful to be collected here today on such a beautiful day. You wouldn't know it being in here, but such a beautiful day in this great venue that allows us to hold so many people in one place, in one time. And I want to thank the many people who are here today to be part of this moment in the University of Saskatchewan's history. It is always a historic moment to hold a convocation ceremony this morning on behalf of graduates from the great College of Arts and Science and the great School of Public Health. Convocation Elder Roland Duquette, thank you very much, sir, for being here. Elder Duquette is on the platform for every single convocation that we hold here and has been for years, and we owe him a lot in this regard. The Buffalo Boys drum group that plays that honors song to honor the graduates who are walking in to be celebrated and acknowledged today. And our knowledge keepers, Florence Highway, Harvey Thunderchild, Evelyn Linklater, thank you very much for being here as well. We do a lot of work at this university to be the best university that we can possibly be with and for Indigenous people and their communities. And we couldn't do that work, and we couldn't do it well if it weren't for these people who help us, support us, show us the way. It just wouldn't be happening if they weren't supporting us. I want to thank our Minister of Health, Paul Merriman, for being here as well, Adam McInnes, the President of Métis Nation Saskatchewan Local 126, the many faculty on the stage who are the core of the university, and all of you graduates have been in classrooms with them. You will have done research with them. They've been leaders and mentors for so many of you who will graduate today, and I'm really thankful that they are here to honor and acknowledge you as well. And a big shout out to all of the supporters of the graduates here today who are not on the stage but in the audience, the family, the friends, high school teachers, loved ones, because you don't achieve anything this big without a lot of help along the way. And congratulations, of course, to all of the students who are here today who began your studies, think about it, began your studies at this university in the midst of the pandemic, and you endured it gracefully and resiliently. Thank you. And it paid off, because here you are celebrating this terrific milestone in your lives. It's your hard work and perseverance that have brought us here together, and everyone here acknowledges and thanks you for that. And congratulations to the parents here today. My kids graduated a few years ago. I remember it was a very emotional experience. For many of you, it'll be emotional as well. All of you helped in one way or another to encourage, to cajole, to help pay for your kids to go to university. You'll have a lot of emotions: satisfaction, pride, relief, maybe. With my kids, I thought, wait a minute, just yesterday you were learning how to walk, and now you're walking across this stage. It's a real threshold in life, and I'm really proud that we're able to celebrate it together. We're also here because this university has brought us together, and a university is really a wonderful thing. It's not to be taken for granted, and it's crucial to the ongoing conversation that we call democracy. We're so fortunate to be in Canada and to have the freedoms that we have. And given the world that we're in now, where it's difficult to separate out what's true and what's not true, where our future depends on knowledge and on the correct use of it, where research, and we're a research-intensive university, where research holds the key to our greatest challenges, where not only free speech, but really informed speech are critical to our humanity. Universities are needed more than they have ever been, and this, the University of Saskatchewan, is needed more than it has ever been. It's why we say we govern ourselves not on the basis of what we want to be, but what the world needs us to be. And what all of you crossing this stage today, strengthened with a University of Saskatchewan degree, go on to do with your lives will matter immensely to our collective future. It's a real privilege to have a university education. I know many of you have felt that. I'm sure you're feeling it now. And with that privilege, of course, comes real responsibility. We need you to go out and make the world a better place than it is right now. And if you don't do it, who's going to do it? You're educated. You've had the privilege of this education that you've worked so hard for. Today is the day to celebrate that and to think about the future and what you're going to do with it. And we definitely need all of you to be thoughtful, educated, and humane leaders in whatever you go on to do, because our world now depends upon great leadership. Some of the country's most formidable political leaders have got their degrees here: a prime minister, 9 premiers of this province and other provinces, First Nations chiefs and vice chiefs, many Métis leaders as well, a governor general, many lieutenant governors of Saskatchewan and of other provinces, many Canadian ambassadors to countries around the world. There have been many leaders who have walked the halls of this university and have graduated from it the way you are today. We need you to be groundbreaking researchers who change how we understand our world. Many who have gone on to do that graduated from here and have had a huge influence on the world. And people who wanted to do that have come here from other parts of the world because we provide a great place to do research. Researchers from around the world have been coming to this university for decades because of our commitment to excellence, and as a result, we've become a global talent magnet. One of those was Gerhard Hertzberg. He was a professor in the Department of Physics in the College of Arts and Science in the 1930s and 40s. He escaped from Nazi Germany. His wife was Jewish. He did his formative scientific work here that led him to receiving the Nobel Prize in 1971 in chemistry. No other university would give him an academic home, but this university did. We need you to help find cures for cancer and many other health challenges, and people at this university have been part of that. We're the home of the cobalt-60 radiation therapy that revolutionized cancer therapy in 1951, and it saved millions of cancer patients' lives around the world. Our former Chancellor and Lieutenant Governor Sylvia Fedoruk worked on it when she was a student here, and it couldn't have been the first cobalt-60 that successfully treated cancer patients if it weren't for the work that she had done on it. The casing for it was made by the small Acme Machine and Electric Company just a couple of miles from here on Idlewild Drive. It's a really tremendous and indicative Saskatoon and Saskatchewan story. At our synchrotron, the only one in Canada, and many of our arts and science faculty work there, we pioneered how to produce medical isotopes without using a nuclear reactor. And our cyclotron now provides medical isotopes to RUH instead of bringing them in all the way from Ontario, a fitting homage to that cobalt-60 work that was done over half a century ago here. This is the university that you have worked so hard to receive your degree from. We need many of you to be great athletes and coaches, and graduates of this university have been among them. Sandra Schmerler, Natasha Fox, NHL coaches Mike Babcock and Dave King were here. Canadian softball, golf, and curling champion Vera Pezer, who was our chancellor from 2007 to 2013, was here. We'll be hosting right here next year's National University Women's Hockey Championships in March of 2024. And that history of excellence is why we were able to build this twin ice Merlis Belcher Place and to hold Convocation here as well. We need every one of you to help ensure peace. There are many roads to that great goal. Today is June the 6th. It's the 79th anniversary of D-Day, and I'm reminded of the 2,500 University of Saskatchewan students and faculty and staff who enlisted in the Second World War, 202 of whom never returned. Ensuring that democracy prevails, fragile and embattled as it can be, is another route. And that, too, is where we need all of you to protect the most important freedoms that the invasion of Ukraine proves cannot be taken for granted, and to do this by understanding the difference between truth and its imposters. That's what a university education can do for all of us. The real and lasting victories are those of peace, not of war. We need all of you to help ensure the world does not suffer from another pandemic. Science has done what was asked of it, to create vaccines in less than a year. That's the culmination of a lot of sacrifice and a lot of hard work and decades of basic research that allowed that to happen so quickly. And our researchers here have played a really big role in that. But there's a role for everyone, not just for scientists, to prevent the next one. If the pandemic revealed anything, it's that humanity's future depends on evidence and data-based truths being widely circulated and understood. High infection and mortality rates resulted from widespread misunderstanding, misinformation, skepticism of information, and often a rejection of otherwise verified scientific truths. But understanding the difference between what's true and what's not true goes far beyond health matters, important as they are. That's why the degree that you have worked so hard to earn in arts and science and in public health could not be more timely and could not be more important. The University of Saskatchewan underlines that difference every day in the classroom, in the lab, in the performance halls, and on the sports fields. All of you who graduate from here will go on to influence a world whose future depends on understanding that difference between what's true and what's not true, and acting upon it. This university has accepted that challenge. That's what everyone on this stage has been committed to, and we need all of you to continue to accept that challenge as you move beyond the university with your degree in hand. We need you to go on to promote social justice in any way that you can. To help the country understand how the freedoms we have are truly extraordinary, and they're foundational to our Charter of Rights and Freedoms, and they're deserving of respect. Your degrees are not merely discipline specific. No matter what you've majored in, you are graduating from here prepared to be an engaged global citizen. What you go on to influence will be the difference maker for our collective futures. If there ever was a need for your expertise, it is right now, so that you can help to lead public opinion and not merely to follow it. That University of Saskatchewan degree that you've worked so hard to receive today has tremendous value. Many employers tell me that when they see an application from a University of Saskatchewan graduate, it gets special attention because the quality of the university is so high, because of its graduates' work ethic that's part of our prairie roots, and because you're problem solvers. And we need you to solve problems that today we can't even imagine. I said that at Convocation 3 years ago when the pandemic was not yet even on the radar. We need you to solve problems that we can't even imagine today. Saskatchewan's future will depend on it. The world's future is going to depend on it. This underscores the critical importance of investing in higher education and the fact that we are a crucial part of this province's future success. We're in a province with the natural resources that are second to none in this country, with almost half of Canada's field crop land, 30% of the world's potash supplies at a time when the world needs food, the highest grade uranium in the world when we need clean energy, more than 10% of the world's rare earth minerals, vast tracts of forest, fresh water, huge strength in oil and gas. How to be innovative and sustainable and responsible with these natural resources for the benefit of all is Saskatchewan's great challenge, and we're playing a huge role in meeting it. As one of Canada's top-ranked universities that's invested heavily in research, the University of Saskatchewan ensures that this province stays ahead of the innovation curve. Without our kind of teaching and research, there's little innovation. And without innovation, we all have a really diminished future. We have the largest scientific infrastructure of any university in this country. We have an enviable strength in the humanities, the social sciences, the fine arts, the health sciences, public health, public policy, law, environmental sustainability, business, engineering. That's only about half the list. We're supported by world-class researchers and students from around the world. As recently as 2 decades ago, the majority of our graduates left this province. Now, the vast majority, stay here in this province because they have opportunities for employment and for leading prosperous lives. So today, more than ever before, we all need people with degrees like yours, from a university like yours, to help build a more sustainable world, a more equitable world, a healthier world, a world with the courage to embrace diversity and togetherness simultaneously. And we're all proud that we now have students here from over 130 countries around the world attending the University of Saskatchewan. And many of those countries, as you will see, are represented by graduands here today. The world also needs us to be a university that responds to the work of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, and I am grateful that the University of Saskatchewan is seen in this country as a participant, not a bystander, in building reconciliation. We are at a time when the country faces the greatest cultural opportunity of its history. Being the university the world needs today means committing to reconciliation. Canada's future depends on our Indigenous youth making this world a better place in ways that only they know how. It will take a strategic mixture of patience and impatience, and it's going to take time. But as our first president, Walter Murray, said when traveling out here in 1908, he wrote to a friend on his train ride out here to begin as the first president of this university, we are building for centuries. None of you know exactly where you're headed, and that's okay. You're stronger than you may think you are. Stay among those who see the greatness in you. Take the journey, take the risks, find the passion, make a positive difference to a world that really needs you now. I know you will do it. Think of what you've achieved here today. You've taken a huge step. Your hard work has paid off. It could take a month. It could take much of a lifetime. It will pay off. It's a great privilege to have a university education, and with that privilege comes great responsibility. And if people like you with a university degree don't make the world a better place, who's going to do it? But the best thing you can do for the world is make the most of yourself. Be the best version of yourself that there is, not a second-rate version of somebody else. Walk out here telling the world who you are. Thank you in advance on behalf of everyone here for taking up this tremendous and timely challenge, and I congratulate you on today's milestone in your lives.
Thank you, President Stoichev. I do want to acknowledge that in the introductions I have mixed up my merriments. I would like to ensure we've got the Honorable Paul Merriman here. I'm comforted in the fact that I'm sure that's happened before, but I also acknowledge that probably not in such a large audience, so thank you. Eminent Chancellor, President and Vice Chancellor Stoichev, members of the University Senate and Board of Governors, I present to you the petition of the Council of this university that the candidates to be named, having fulfilled all the requirements of the bylaws, may, with your permission, be admitted to the degrees, diplomas, and certificates to which they are entitled.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the legislature of this province, and with the consent of the Council of this university, I consent to admit you to the degrees, diplomas, and certificates to which you are entitled, and to vest you with all the powers, rights, and privileges pertaining thereto.
Would ask that the graduates in the front row please rise and approach the platform. As you make your way forward, I'll let you know how the conferring of the degrees will unfold. As you enter the stage, there's a few stops. Please stop and face the audience as your academic hood will be placed over your shoulders. Once you have been hooded, please proceed to the first podium and stop as the orator will present your name. Once your name has been announced, please proceed to be greeted by the President and the Chancellor, and please be sure to stop and turn to face the Chancellor as she is the one who admits you to the Convocation of the University of Saskatchewan. You will continue across the platform to be greeted by the Dean, representative of your college, and the President. You will receive your parchment from them. A photo will be taken prior to exiting the stage, and a photographer will also be backstage and will take your photo again, and I'm sure your parents and friends and family will take many, many more photos of you today as well. So, let us begin.
Mona Mohammed Maheldeen El-Nanehi. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Arts and Science, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the certificate in computing. I present to you Adam Saeed Abdel Malak. Adebayo Fargbolode Aldekumbe. Matthias Starling Freitas. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Arts and Science, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the certificate in ethics, justice, and law. I present to you Alexandra Wynne Goldsmith. Trayton Rain Pernitsky. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Arts and Science, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the certificate in global studies. I present to you Rabia Arshad. Landon Mackenzie Field. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Arts and Science, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Bachelor of Arts, 3-year. I present to you Hannah Anderson Ross. Darylyn Bickle with great distinction. Marian Teresa Julie Berthland. Abigail Elewesuan Bishi Aluko. Haley Callan Black with great distinction. Bailey Alexandra Brewster, with great distinction. Alana Ray Burka, with great distinction. Liam Zachary Cassavant. Lisa Michelle Cassidy, with great distinction. Jocelyn Marie Angel Chief. Maria Andre Conte Clarete. Rachel Mary Elizabeth Cote. Julian Eidsness Hodges. Kessa Dawn Philo, with distinction. Megan Hannah Fleury. Lauren Ray Gartner, with distinction. Constance Gerwing. Stephanie Lorraine Hauta, with distinction. Adam Grayson Hendry, with great distinction. Caden David William Herod, with great distinction. Brad Ethan Heskin, with great distinction. Nathan Arthur Niles Hind, with distinction. Susanna Lassick, with distinction. William McInnes. Ira Marie Sergio Nazareth. Megan Taylor Noble. Anton Bautista Ocampo. Dakota James Rabbitskin. Michaela Faith Sewak, with great distinction. Delaney Rihanna Tate. Niaruat Wahu. Sishik Zhang. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Arts and Science, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Bachelor of Arts 4-year. I present to you Jane A. Gina Ashkar. Haley Dakota Acton with distinction. Amber Lorraine Adams with great distinction. Maruk Ahmad with distinction. Emanuela Emoshioke Alu. Jennifer Marie Lynn Amoraulik Yaremko with great distinction. Courtney Shea Andrews. Brooke Arnold. Micheline Marasaigan Achavara with great distinction. Hannah Marie Bryce Atkinson with distinction. Corey Lynn Jean Bates. Mackenzie Birch. Rebecca Willeen Marie Brott. Teal Mackenzie Brogan Lee Bai with distinction. Angel Gabriel Camalari. Mulenga Munalumba Chitanda. Kennedy Brianne Chorney with distinction. Shaza Chowdhury. Brittany Jean Elizabeth Christiani with distinction. Alexandra Curry with great distinction. Raven Sif Dahlman. Nicholas Hunter Russell Deptuk. Sabina Ducate. Ryan Stephen Isaac Dick with great distinction. Jacqueline Meredith Edwards with distinction. Paula Tatiana Estupinan Leon. Lorena Yvette Marie Farr with great distinction. Logan Joseph Fields Slafrick. Alexandra Michelle Flamen with great distinction. Shania Ray Forhorns. Michelle Mary Gall with great distinction. Kimberly Bailey Gardner. Helena Gunshi Barros. Presley Taylor Gould. Kasha Page Graham, with great distinction. Kiara Rain Gray Eyes. Matthew Albert Nels Halter. Emily Page Hamry Miller. Taylor Jessica Hardis, with great distinction. Aya Saeed Hassan. E. Vivian Elliott Hildebrandt. Inka Maria Aurora Hiverniemi, with great distinction. Jessica Debbie Jo Howard. Jocelyn Lee Hudson. Noah Parker Archie Houston, with great distinction. Joy Nicole Alfonso Innes, with great distinction. Stevie Estevan, with great distinction. Brooklyn Victoria Amalia Jacobusi, with distinction. Namia Jane. Shania Doreen Kilagiko Hamero. Jaron Paul Jones, with great distinction. Venus Makunkusi Kakabo, with distinction. Amos Kalonji. Kaiten Ray Kelly, with distinction. Hanan Mahmoud Khan, with distinction. Blair Michelle Kirkpatrick. Cameron Lee Clausen. Sylvan Rain Claybeck. Tessa Dawn Coberlin, with great distinction. Anjay Xavier Cohn. Pamela Dawn Laliberte Ross. Vianne Lapierre, with distinction. Daniel Lynn Lawton, with great distinction. Ashley Lisa Levesque, with great distinction. Patience Sungi Lewis Germain. Jasmine Ling. Daniel Joseph Lazinski, with great distinction. Lual Awu Lual. Chantel Madison Cranford Matkowski, with great distinction. Jennifer Mason, with distinction. Jody Leah McEachern. Congrats. Alam Mohammed Murabit, with distinction. Washma Nabi. Emma Alicia Neufeld, with great distinction. Jared James Orb. Caitlin Elaine Oster. Karen Elizabeth Parker. Sarah Marie Pepin. Destiny Ocean Polischuk, with distinction. Matthew Austin Cole Prychuk. Andrew James Pulak. Clayton Rame. Catherine Sarah Cato Reed, with great distinction. Haley Jean Robinson, with distinction. Cheyenne Kaylin Sapp. Catherine Schlapko, with distinction. Grace Lola Semko, with great distinction. Claire Lee Sarita McShane, with great distinction. Sydney Ray Schachter, with great distinction. Fayez Shariar, with great distinction. Jiki Zhang, with great distinction. Jennifer Lynn Slager. Bronson Monroe Slater. Shaylin Madeline Saint-Jacques, with great distinction. Jamie Reafta Stakruk, with distinction. Maya Stempian. Madeline Eileen Suderman. Sarah Sumalave, with distinction. Larissa Taylor Sutherland. Amara Saida, with distinction. Shayla May Tarasoff. Lydia Tesfalam Abadi. Morgan Taylor Thompson, with distinction. Kelsey Marie Tinsley. Caitlin Veronelli. Ashley Sagal Watson. Danny Wilms, with distinction. Niall Austin Wilms, with great distinction. Keely Willick, with distinction. Naomi Catherine Wirsta. Aidan Woodhouse, with great distinction. Hannah Catherine Sundberg Woods. Kieran Michael Paul Young. Our eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Arts and Science, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Bachelor of Arts Honors. I present to you Azwa Alam. Rianne Yvonne Billard, with high honors. Jaden Lane Biskey, with high honors. Mackenzie Kate Benrod, with high honors. Gabrielle Rose Boulay, with high honors. Lucas Jonathan Bourgeois, with high honors. Brianne Marie Sipunik, with high honors. Vidette Jean Diaz, with high honors. Jenna Lauren Ernst, with high honors. Hannah Ghosh, with high honors. Elizabeth Clara Gorsalitz, with high honors. Rory Garda Sokochov, with high honors. Veronica Gail Goyeneche. Catherine Elizabeth Ginter, with high honors. Emily Golka, with high honors. Robert William Ronald Hines. Sarah Jane Kelly. Jeremy Clausen. Devin Lee Kyle. Tora Jessica Marie Leventon with high honors. Joshua Raphael Maza with high honors. Tanner Scott McCubbing with high honors. Thank you. Ava Hope DeCourcy McLean with high honors. Julia May Morelli with high honors. Raymond Alvin Morstad. Haley Alexandria Park. Sophie Joy Peters with high honors. Matthew John Primrose with high honors. Annika Orla Rowe. Lorraine Grace Salt with high honors. Seonghwa Song with high honors. Fern Louise Toop with high honors. Raul Gautam Velil Edwin with high honors. Alexa Jerome Sharman Wasilo with high honors.
Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Arts and Science, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Bachelor of Science, 3-year. I present to you Shemin Shirazbadi Alagia. Anul Brahmania. Suhani Chowdhury. David John Kerwin. Lucas Kobashi, with great distinction. James Alexander McCormick. Mohammed Hasnay Mirza. Thank you. Brandon Christian Price. Thank you. Bhavana Satya Se Lakshmi Samodile. Thank you. Milan Parmar. Maher Sanusi with distinction. Rebecca Grace Schoenveld with distinction. Yuvraj Sharma. Giovanni Soni. Peter Andrew Sauchko. Brito Wilson. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Arts and Science, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Bachelor of Science 4-year. I present to you Zatinder Singh with great distinction. Jeet Nangtiskor Agrawal with great distinction. Om Bravesh Akbari. Inshal Anis with great distinction. Thank you. Manif Bargash with distinction. Timothy James Herrera Balon. Brandon James Bear. Joshua Robert Bratvold. Benjamin Camplin with great distinction. Safak Kandar with distinction. Riley Castle with distinction. Annika Jade Caswell with great distinction. Annie Chikilu. Kennedy Katrina Crown with great distinction. Do you have a card? No. Christopher Comstone? Yeah. Christopher Comstone. Jade Marie Seren with great distinction. Thank you. Marcos Del Silva Jr. with distinction. Alex Nicholas Dyko. Ashir Anas Fazal. Thank you. Benjamin Rodney Fair. Taylor Robert Lawrence Gaburi with distinction. Lawrence Craig Santos Garcia. Tyler Grodecki with great distinction. Victoria Grace Gunter with great distinction. Harriet Shingle Gundidze with great distinction. Hong Chao Guo with great distinction. Matthew Kenneth Gursky with great distinction. Aluthgama Guruj Julmani Kanchana Guruj with distinction. Samuel Gerald Gutmorson. Connor Michael Hanatyuk. Katharina Jasildo. Justin Gion. Sunny Caridia with Sunny Capital with distinction. Michael Kish with distinction. Preston Knox. Thomas Mackenzie Andrew Kostyk with distinction. Joshua Michael Koterbash with distinction. Putera Mantik Kushjanto with distinction. Ryan Lamb with distinction. Gabriel Joseph Laputer with distinction. Alex Sengon Lee. Hungru Lee. Wes Jinzu Lee with distinction. Mackenzie Renee Lobb with great distinction. Yetian Liu. Kwanla Lai. Shanda Marie Lyons. Chandra. Anu Ma. Hunter Rochelle Teresa McConnell with great distinction. Ella Denby McKercher. Thomas John Murdoch. Vinghui Nguyen with distinction. Niza Ingwiwa. Annika Okabu. Malik Ashraf Omar. Adeshwan Panko. Hanisha Thuwika Peri. Matthew Kumar, Nikki Kumar Patel with distinction. Joshua Bezaz Roberto. Stella Renee Beverly Robles. Malcolm Davis Sader. Navitha Selvam. Dhruv Sharma with distinction. Longzen Shi. Yijing Shin. Olu Werferonmi Solaran. Joshua Dean Spilchin. Jeremy Nathaniel Mason Storing with distinction. Ho-Kwan Tang. Christian Tude. Alexandra Jeffrey Nickel Verashine with distinction. Paige Marie Wiebe. Scott Andrew Yellowlees with great distinction. Samuel Michael Yick. Britt William Young Popowitz with great distinction. Mohammed Aman Zargar with distinction. Anhan Zhao with distinction.
Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Arts and Science, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Bachelor of Science honors. I present to you Taxala Abigunwardina with high honors. Benjamin Joel Ables with high honors. Damilola Olula Adiola Adinini. Javier Anleo Alegria with high honors. Adam Baker with high honors. Alan Enari Biffam. J. Rael Burr with high honors. Kelly Margaret Christopher with high honors. Chantel Louise Dulang. Joshua Gordon Fenwick with high honors. Wenzheng Jiang. Jennifer Suzanne Just with high honors. Umar Khan with high honors. Sarah Veronica Kiesman with high honors. Evan Aaron Spencer Coleman with high honors. Yu Liu with high honors. Ransley Calvin McLennan. Alexander James Magnus with high honors. Juan Carlos Manjares Cuervo. Saif Ahmed Mare with high honors. Bevin Biju Matthews. Sean Samuel Carl McAdam with high honors. Parker Douglas Morrison Neufeld. Vyam Nilesh Patel with high honors. Anne Jocelyn Peltier with high honors. Aaron Rafael San Jose with high honors. Taylor Maris Spock with high honors. Larissa Ray Stilling with high honors. Puchin Tan with high honors. Nolan Joseph Timmerman with high honors. Aaron Daniel Totterash with high honors. Caitlin Michelle Tournier, with high honors. Huang An Tran, with high honors. Antonio Vadan, with high honors. Matthew Allen Zabitneff, with high honors. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Arts and Science, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Bachelor of Fine Arts. I present to you Vince Aranda, with honors. Jillian Bogan, with high honors. Charlize Marguerite Bremo, with high honors. Dryan Carlo Degli Domingo. Marta Ksenia Senek Kruger, with high honors. Kimberly Murgu, with high honors. Leje Jaden Posconias. Lise Jaden Posconias. Chen Shen, with high honors. Haley Margaret Weber, with high honors. Jing Yu, with high honors. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Arts and Science, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Bachelor of Music. I present to you Graham Reese Dick, with great distinction. Mohammed Jafari, with great distinction. Jude Daniel Leschishin, with great distinction. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of College of Arts and Science, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Bachelor of Music honors. I present to you Grant Robert Alexander, with high honors. Connor Thomas Eliash, with high honors. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies, I present to you these scholars from the College of Arts and Science and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Master of Arts. I present to you Tara Alicia Jansen. Nazia Arifa. Devin Troy Clements. Miguel Rafael Navarro de la Pena. Bishudwi Diwan. Shanice Amanda Fletcher Hildebrand. Emily May Molenbeek. Nana Ya Sarah Oterche Boape. Isaac James Paslowski. Katrina Dawn Fippard. McGinnis Elizabeth Reeve. Emily Laurel Sinkwitz. Gregory Kent Smith-Windsor. L. Sinna Ran Sorensen. Craig Matthew Peter Trarup. Brittany Jean Shelby Tufts. Xiaojian Wu. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies, I present to you these scholars from the College of Arts and Science and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Master of Music. I present to you Changjij Asadole. Sarah Elizabeth Seligoski Castro. Danielle Jordan Strong. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies, I present to you these scholars from the College of Arts and Science and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Master of Science. I present to you Sohelia Ahmadi. Zakia Arif. Saeed Zohab Aziz. Connor Allen Denomi. Kanav Kalra. Iyanu Motin Kumayon. Parastu Sori. Megan Mary Elizabeth Tomalin. Jason Alexander Venegas Carranza. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the Faculty of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies, I present to you these scholars from the School of Public Health and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Master of Public Health. I present to you Kandwarjot Singh. Umi Asma Absari. Maureen Chidmina Akbalu. Fatima Ali. Tewu Mayowa Amitipi. Shay Lee Anderson. Emmanuel Amandi Aniagaboso. Temilola Kehinde Balogun. Ellie Jiwon Hei-chung. Sheena Pearl Christie. Alireza Gorbani Pashkoeli. Gurinder Danju. Rukayat Oyilanola Hamid. Natasha Leila Istifo. Rajesh Jain. Somaye Khorasani. Erica Corvin. Euphemia Cosmas. Anja Kumar. Lenore Marie Mayer. Ye Mansu. Abdi Ghani Mohammed. Mandana Nizad Bagheri. Trang T. Nguyen. Taylor Josiah Orr. Sean Pareno. Ishita Surnabel Patel. Amanda Megan Risling. Monideepa Saha. Nicole Sellers. Saleha Shahid. Samin Shirzadi. Salih Azari Osman Siddiq. Richa Tiku. Blessing Onyenchi Ukaibe. It is customary at the University of Saskatchewan that after being admitted to their degree, our PhD graduates will be met by their supervisor and escorted to join the platform party in a symbolic welcome to a global community of scholars. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty of the College of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies, I present to you these scholars and ask that you will confer on them the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. I present to you Ormozoje Paul Aigabugun. Oluwachemi Obaseje Awe. Nicole Karen Bolt. Tara Ann Chambers. Kyle Douglas Days. Kimberly Robin Dubé. Hui Yao Kwang. Arash Tavasoli. Tristan Brent Taylor. Nana Ukpai Ukoji. Bipinlal Uni. Please join me in congratulating these graduates on their certificates and degrees.
It's a wonderful sound. Eminent Chancellor, in the name of the Council, I ask you to grant the degrees, diplomas, and certificates in absentia to those students who have met the requirements to graduate, but were not able to be present today.
At the request of the faculties, I authorize these degrees, diplomas, and certificates to be granted.
Thank you. Now to move on, to present the awards for the most distinguished graduates in the College of Arts and Science, I'd like to now invite Dean of Arts and Science, Peter Bonham-Smith, to the podium.
The Copland Prize in Humanities, in memory of the late Thomas Copland, is awarded annually at Spring Convocation to the most distinguished graduate in the humanities. This year's recipient of the Copland Prize in Humanities is Ava McLean, who graduates today with a Bachelor of Arts Honours degree with high honours in English. No, Ava, stay there. Ava has demonstrated a strong sense of independence and self-motivation in her learning. During her undergraduate studies, she developed a keen interest in the social and class-related contexts of 20th century British literature. One faculty member says of Ava, she is an intellectual firecracker and leader in her class. Going on to say, she is a natural scholar, keen, disciplined, and motivated by genuine intellectual curiosity and an absorbing interest in literary study. During her studies, Ava received numerous departmental awards in honor of her achievements, including the Hannah Scholarship in English on 2 occasions, the Hannan Travel Scholarship, the Arun Tumba Memorial Award, the Reginald J.G. Bateman Memorial Scholarship in English, and the Ron George Graduate Award in English Literature. In 2020, Ava published an article in the USask Undergraduate Research Journal resulting from an independent research project based on a series of 29 interviews with Professor Emeritus Henry Wolfe about the life and works of his friend and collaborator, Harold Pinter. Her research required human research behavioral ethics approval and aligned with Ava's interest in the intersection of drama and literary studies. Her scholarship has been described as not only original, incisive, and impressive as a research project devised by an undergraduate student, but quite groundbreaking in its own right. As Vice President and then President of the English Undergraduate Society, Ava's aim was to identify and implement online activities and events for student members during the pandemic when many other campus clubs folded or became inactive. These activities have since shifted to include weekly meetings and a mix of on-campus and virtual events to foster a supportive community for fellow students interested in English. As president, Ava was an active participant in undergraduate committee meetings in English, and in this role, she provided sage advice from the student perspective and kept English students connected with each other and with the program throughout some very challenging times. This fall, Ava will pursue a Master of Arts degree funded by a Canada Graduate Scholarship from the Social Sciences and Humanities Research Council, together with the College of Graduate and Postdoctoral Studies 75th Anniversary Recruitment Scholarship here at the University of Saskatchewan. Eventually, Ava hopes to pursue a doctoral degree in English literature, followed by teaching and research at the university level. Eminent Chancellor, I am pleased to present Ava McLean as this year's recipient of the Copland Prize in Humanities. The University of Saskatchewan Film Society Prize is awarded to the most distinguished graduate in a degree in the fine arts, which includes art and art history, music, or drama. The Earl of Besborough Prize in Science, donated by the Right Honourable Earl of Besborough to commemorate his father, the former Governor-General of Canada, is awarded annually to the most distinguished graduate in science. The Haslam Medal, in honor of the late Dr. R.N.H. Haslam, former professor of physics, Dean of the College of Arts and Science, and Vice President Academic of the University of Saskatchewan, is awarded annually to the most distinguished graduate receiving a 4-year or honors degree from the College of Arts and Science. This year's recipient of the University of Saskatchewan's Film Society Prize, the Earl of Besborough Prize in Science, and the Haslam Medal is Graham Dick, who graduates today with a Bachelor of Science honors degree with high honors in mathematics and a Bachelor of Music degree with great distinction in music. In my view, Graham represents the very best of what an education from the College of Arts and Science represents. Graduating with 2 degrees, one in music and the other in mathematics, along with a certificate in jazz, is in itself an exceptional and rare achievement. To do so and also win medals in both the sciences and the fine arts, and to win the 4-year degree medal, is nothing short of outstanding. Helping him along his way, Graham was the recipient of a David L. Kaplan Scholarship on 4 separate instances: the Dwayne Nelson Band Scholarship, the AST Scholarship 3 times, the Best Thesis Prize for Interdisciplinary Studies, and both the Arthur Collingwood Prize and the Richard Blum Award in Mathematics. As a musician scholar, Graham has had an article published in Not Bain, a Canadian undergraduate journal of musicology, has been commissioned as a composer for the Strata Festival of New Music, has produced various musical works, I've been told to check him out on YouTube, and is a contributor to Cities in Memory, a UK-based project with the aim of remixing the world one sound at a time. These accomplishments reflect Graham's broad range of interests, along with his drive towards interdisciplinary thinking. Graham is a musician, composer, humanities scholar, and mathematician who strives to combine disciplinary methodologies in all that he does. One example, Graham is studying the relationship between sound, sleep, and modernity through phenomenological work, field recording, and cultural theory, the final product of which will combine electroacoustical composition and scholarly research. Since 2020, Graham has worked as an undergraduate research assistant, assisting with research on 19th century European musicians. Of Graham, one faculty member notes, he consistently produces original, insightful, and beautifully written work. He needs very little direction, appreciates feedback, and demonstrates his understanding and judgment in his implementation of suggestions. Graham is a trumpet player who has demonstrated astounding artistic growth over the past 4 years, culminating in a capstone recital where Graham's strong, artistic, self-determined ambitions and abilities were on full display. Another faculty member in mathematics and statistics states, Graham displays a level of authentic and transformative interdisciplinarity that is truly rare to witness in an undergraduate. Graham will be continuing his interdisciplinary approach to research and creative work with a master's degree in music at the University of Birmingham in the UK. After that, possible additional degrees in interdisciplinary studies leading to either an academic appointment or freelance career studying, as Graham says, issues no single discipline can adequately address, exploring strange corners of the human experience through works of rigorous research that are also artistic works, and vice versa. Eminent Chancellor, I am pleased to present Graham Dick as this year's recipient of the University of Saskatchewan Film Society Prize, the Earl of Besborough Prize in Science, and the Haslam Medal.
Thank you, Peter. To present the Right Reverend Monsignor Miroslav Kolodej Memorial Academic Prize, I'd like to invite Dean of St. Thomas More College, Tammy March, to the podium.
The Right Reverend Monsignor Miroslav Kolodej Memorial Academic Prize is awarded annually to a graduating St. Thomas More College student with the highest overall cumulative average. The Kolodej Prize honors Father Kolodej, who served with the Ukrainian Catholic Church in Canada, and is a tribute to his vision, dedication, achievement, and love of learning. On behalf of St. Thomas More College, I'm pleased to present this prize to Victoria Gunter. As you just heard, Victoria is receiving her Bachelor of Science with great distinction in Computer Science and her certificate in Computing. Victoria is also graduating with a certificate in Professional Communication, Leadership and Negotiation from the College of Engineering. She completed her Bachelor of Science in Engineering degree last year. An obviously academic talented student, Victoria is looking forward to determining her future career and life path and to learning along the way. She has no doubt an exciting future in the technology industry ahead of her. When asked about her experiences in STM classes and with the college in general, Victoria said, "I have appreciated the classes I have taken through STM. The smaller class sizes made it easier to have real interactions with others in the class and actually get to know classmates to some extent. I also have had unique learning experience through classes at STM that I wouldn't have had in larger classes. For example, in one of my classes this past term, I had the opportunity to visit 2 museums in class and to tour the chapel to see murals. Through my classes at STM, I felt that I was encouraged to learn and explore topics that were of interest to me and to engage with multiple points of view surrounding the subject matter. I've also appreciated some of the student events that were put on through STM, such as the TED Talk discussions. There were further opportunities to engage, to learn and engage with others' points of view that come in part from the diverse background that people had. Victoria has also told us that through her time at university, she has received many awards, both for academic achievement and for her volunteer and community involvement, including the Apex Gold Medal in Engineering last year. She also competed in programming contests, including representing the university at a regional contest. She has also been involved in a number of volunteer experiences, including note-taking to help fellow students and mentoring young girls through Sunday school at her church. It is amazing to see the high academic standard Victoria has held herself to, as well as volunteering her time to make the world a better place. Eminent Chancellor, I am pleased to present Victoria Gunter as this year's recipient of the Right Reverend Monsignor Miroslav Kolodej Memorial Academic Prize.
To present one of our 2 Governor General Gold Medals, I'd like to now invite Provost and Vice President Academic Irini to the podium.
Thank you, Julian. Hello, everyone. Bonjour. And in the languages of the first peoples of these lands, Tansei, Tansi, Idlanate, Han, Anin. The Governor-General's Medal, established in 1873, is one of the most prestigious awards that can be received by a student in a Canadian education institution. This medal is for exceptional academic achievement. On behalf of Her Excellency, the Right Honourable Mary Simon, Governor-General of Canada, I am pleased to introduce the recipient of the academic medal, Dr. Joshua Cordell Newdorf. Dr. Newdorf graduated in fall 2022 with a PhD in psychology. As a graduate student, he trained with Dr. Ron Borowski, a professor in the Department of Psychology and Health Studies, who supervised his work for 5 years. Dr. Neudorf is driven by a passion for learning. His PhD research focused on computational cognitive neuroscience, specifically how the brain's structural connections constrain and support brain functions. How does the brain work? This research has the potential to contribute to a more inclusive healthcare system through predictive brain mapping, even for patients who may lack the cognitive or linguistic capacity to perform typical assessments. Dr. Neudorf's research productivity was truly remarkable as a graduate student. In total, he published 20 papers, most as lead author, and participated in the production of 43 conference posters and 4 oral conference presentations. Dr. Neudorf wrote an impressive PhD dissertation that was based on 4 of his lead-authored top-tier refereed journal publications. In his graduate work, he achieved a GPA of 94%, quite possibly the highest in program history, and took 2 courses beyond what his program required. In addition to pursuing his own studies, Dr. Neudorf mentored 6 other students in the Cognitive Neuroscience Laboratory, served as a teaching assistant in 3 courses, co-instructed a seminar course with his supervisor, and independently taught a course for the department. Dr. Neudorf is currently a Natural Sciences and Engineering Research Council of Canada postdoctoral fellow, investigating brain connectivity changes that help preserve cognitive ability with older age. His work spans mathematics, kinesiology, cognitive neuroscience, and clinical neuroscience, and shows incredible depth of knowledge and understanding across all these disciplines. His own professors describe Dr. Neudorf as has the makings of an excellent professor himself. During the pandemic, he taught students how to program experiments and conduct them online so that there was real research and real data in his class. He has also contributed his service to the larger scientific community by helping review manuscripts and with public outreach each Brain Awareness Week with the Cognitive Neuroscience Lab for the public to learn about neuroimaging. Dr. Neudorf also contributed significantly to the lab's clinical fMRI team as they scanned 1 to 2 patients each week for pre-neurosurgical localization of function as a pro bono service for the Royal University Hospital, where he led and developed the analysis pipeline. Dr. Neudorf's leading-edge research, excellent teaching, highly engaged academic citizenship, and dedicated public outreach demonstrate that he is highly deserving of the Governor-General's Gold Medal, and we offer him our sincere congratulations. So on behalf of Her Excellency, the Right Honourable Mary Simon, Governor-General of Canada, I am pleased on all of our behalves to present the academic medal to Dr. Joshua Caldwell Neudorf.
Won't you join me in congratulating all of our award winners once again? I'd like to now invite our Vice President, University Relations, Cheryl Hamlin, to the podium to introduce a video message from our alumni.
Good morning. I am so honored to be here with you today. As an alumna of the University of Saskatchewan, I am proud to invite you all into the wonderful University of Saskatchewan alumni family. Today, you received your degree. You have earned it. Every time you look at your parchment, it will serve as a reminder of the countless hours that you have dedicated toward receiving it. It's a culmination of all of your years of hard work, years that have prepared you for a lifetime of success. Congratulations. With your degree in hand, you join our ever-growing alumni family, more than 170,000 worldwide. The following video is a welcome from the University of Saskatchewan to you, the newest members of our alumni community. We couldn't be prouder to have you join this esteemed group, and we couldn't be more excited to see how you will take your university experience to new heights and be what the world needs. Thank you.
And lastly, to end the proceedings, I'd like to invite our eminent Chancellor to provide her concluding remarks on the proceedings today.
This brings our convocation ceremony to a close. I would like to thank a number of people: our vocalists Fallon Baptiste and Brandy Turon, our wonderful drum group, Buffalo Boys, for performing today's graduate entry song, and our elders and knowledge keepers. In addition, the members of the Convocation Planning Team and Governance Office for their dedication to making these ceremonies a success. Finally, now to the graduates. You have studied diligently to earn your degree, diploma, or certificate, and I wish you continued success throughout your lives, both personally and professionally. Congratulations. It is my hope, yes, indeed. It is my hope that thanks to your precious experience here, your education has prepared you to meet some important challenges: how to heal and nurture the human spirit, how to be creative and help transform people's lives, how to protect human rights, how to write a poem that explains the feeling of loss or joy, how to engineer shelter for humanity in pursuit of the common good, how to deploy capital to produce and market innovation and create opportunities for others, how to ensure that agriculture production feeds the world, or in summary, how to design and work for a just society. Earning your parchment is a new road to opportunity and adventure. The education you have received from this university has prepared you to meet these challenges. The world needs you. Follow your heart, be ambitious, be kind. This will lead you to your true passion. That is our wish for each graduate of the University of Saskatchewan. Never forget this institution. Your degree is a coveted passport, and may all your dreams come true. In closing, I ask that you remain at your seats until the platform party has left the stage, and enjoy the rest of your day.